Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bethany. I'm a homeschooling mom to 5 kids, and this is our first year. All 5 of my kids are actually going to be doing some structured learning. So I have a preschooler, first grader, third grader, fifth grader, and a special needs student. I will be making videos about all of their curriculum, so stay tuned for that. And if you want to see what I've used in previous years, go check out my homeschool playlist and you can see all my curriculum picks. I love watching curriculum videos, so hopefully you guys get some information from this. If you see anything you want me to flip through, elaborate on, please let me know in the comment box below. Check out the description box. I have a lot of information in there as well. All right, you guys, this video is going to be all about my 5th grade selections. I'm so excited. This will be our 2nd year using Bob Jones University for him. He has done BJU English though since 2nd grade, so we have been familiar with their teaching style. I love it. I love the online with book selection or option because I was feeling like a bit of a ringmaster going from kid to kid to kid, especially with a special needs student. And I didn't feel like I was giving my kids the best instruction time. And so that being taken off my plate, they watch the instruction. I still grade, facilitate, do read alouds and all those things that they need me to do. But as far as the actual instruction, they are watching that done. And Bob Jones University has done a really good job at creating a set. It's not like back in the 90s whenever I was homeschooled with the camera at the back of the classroom. It's actually a production set with an instructor, and sometimes there's skits and they dress up and some things like that. But it's really good teaching material and it's Christian based, and that's one of the reasons that we do choose it. So getting into my 5th grade selection, he is doing the complete 5th grade kit. So we are going to start with Heritage Studies. It comes with a textbook, a workbook, an activity manual, and then if you are familiar with the online with books, they come with handouts. Each course has handouts, and the teacher will ask you to get your handout for the day. Not all of them have, not every day is there a handout, but they will be doing handouts with the instructor as they're teaching it. Something new about the 5th grade year this year is that all the tests are online, and you have the option to print them on the Homeschool Hub or allow them to take them online, and then it automatically generates them into the grade book. I will talk about the Homeschool Hub in a different video because I love it, and you can use it not just with Bob Jones University curriculum. The next thing is Spelling 5, and he also has his handouts in here. And if you're unfamiliar with some of the handouts, it was different the 5th grade year. Usually they would have like these blank spell it, know it, practice it pages, and it's not like that on the 5th grade year. It has changed. Handwriting 5 is going to be continuing cursive, and this year it looks like the theme, all the handwritings are themed, and the maths are like themed as well. And the theme for this year is, it looks like ancient. Really awesome and exciting. For English, he is going to be doing English 5. It comes with a workbook, and then you have your handouts. And there wasn't that many handouts, so I actually put the handwriting handouts in the back of here and just split them with a divider. But if you're unfamiliar with BJU English, what I really like about them is they do grammar and writing. So one chapter will be on grammar, your nouns, verbs, your punctuation, and then one chapter will be a writing assignment, like you're writing a poem. And it switches back and forth. I say chapters. I think that's how they have to split it. Yeah. And each lesson, so the first chapter, lessons 1 through 21, are on sentences, and chapter 2 is writing a compare and contrast essay, and then you go to nouns, and then a persuasive letter, and then verbs, and then a sense poem. And so it just goes back and forth the whole time. You're going to be writing a letter, a book review, and what I really enjoy about this is that it's like, here are your grammar, go put it to use. All in the same curriculum, and you're not doing two you know, language curriculums, one for grammar, one for writing, and it's all together. I love English. I'm a writer, and I feel like this is solid, and it has showed up on my kids' standardized testing. It shows that their writing expression is higher since we've been using this. The next thing is Math 5. This is the first year they did not send a manipulative pack. Obviously, I have all these manipulatives if he still does need to use this, but I've noticed that the shift is in 5th grade. Again, all the tests are online this year, so I'm interested to see how they do the math. But it's set up the same as like the 4th grade as far as like the workbook style. I love all the color. I know he appreciates that as well. And then the handouts that you do with the instructor. A lot of those are the speed drills. They do speed drills. The next thing is the Reading 5. Comes with the big reading textbook. And you could just tell the difference in the story. More words, longer stories, more description. The reading activities book, which is set up like it was last year. Lots of comprehension. They really nailed down that comprehension on their reading. And then he also has the handouts as well. And it came up with a lot of handouts this year. And the book links are in here. So this is, if you are familiar with the book links, they're like the in-depth, comprehensive book report pretty much of a book. And so it did come with the readers. I think I put them away. Yeah, right here. It did come with 3 readers. It came with A Boy and His Horse, Brady, and Misty of Chinadog, I think is how you say it. And these are the readers for it. So they don't have the book links, but they have all of the book link pages in here. They fill out them. They're comprehensive comprehension sheets, and then you just put them all together to make a book report. And so those are all in the handouts. And the last thing I have over here is the science. We're doing Science 5, which came with a work text as well. So here we go, student text. This is the activity manual, which is all of the activity sheets. And then again, the handouts. And then with the science, all of the rubrics for the experiments are in the handouts as well. And like if you see my other video, I am the worst about having all of the experiment things together. So there were some experiments that my kids missed out on last year because I didn't have everything for them. So I went ahead and purchased him, it's a big box, the grade 5 of Home Science Tools kit, and they go and collect everything for the entire year that you need for the experiments besides the perishable items. So I will be making sure that I have those perishable items on deck. Most of the time it's like graham crackers, and I would normally have the perishable items and I wouldn't have the other things. So just kind of popping this open slightly, you guys can see it is just full of, cups, matches, food coloring, rubber bands. There's a little figurine in here, a pie tin, petroleum jelly, some little thermometers, safety goggles, Epsom salt, some peat moss, some pink lemonade mix, some fine sand, a pound of fine sand. That's probably why it's so heavy. There's all this peat moss and dirt in here. What is this? Pebbles. Also probably why it's heavy, because I'm carrying around some rocks. And balloons, tape. Everything that he's going to need to complete the experiments, which is really also fun to let my other kids sit in with. Science experiments are fun as a group. So normally I let them head the experiment and let the other kids sit in with it and just, you know, participate as needed. So that is fun. Outside of this curriculum, BJU, we are doing a few things differently this year. My kids really miss when we used to do the group studies together. And we used to do, you know, science, history, and all those together. So what I'm doing is Friday afternoon, they will not do science and history. And we will do one of our group studies subjects, which is art, music. I am going to be teaching recorder this year, and I didn't mention that in my other videos. Art, music, our nature study, and heritage studies. And so I will do a separate video showing that, but in the morning we still are doing morning basket, and we are working through the Answers in Genesis curriculum still, book 1. And we are still going through the Good and the Beautiful nature notebooks. And for him, what I'm also going to be doing this year is 1 day a week having him actually do typing instead of handwriting, in place of handwriting. So one of the days I'll let him pick and do typing instead, because I want to get him to where he's actually typing his final drafts for English and getting into using the computer more in that way. The last thing that I want to show you guys that I have done for all of my kids, if you see my other videos, is make them reading bins. He is my big time reader. And what would be happening with all my kids is I would say, okay, we have like 20 minutes. Let's do some independent reading. Or have you wrote anything on your reading logs? And they'd be like, what can I read? And I have all these books, but I wanted a place where they could pick readers that are at their level. So I have books in here that are a little bit below level, at level, and a little bit above. And the reason for that is the lower level ones build fluency, they build confidence, and accomplishment, because he finishes them quickly, like, oh, I finished a book. And so I want to encourage that. So I have some of the earlier Magic Treehouse books in here, which are easy for him. Some of the Brave Kid stories, he loves those. Actually, I think he already read that one. It's in the back of here. I also put in the higher level McGuffey readers in here. He is also Indian in the Cupboard, Echo, and The Last Prairie. If you haven't checked out these, if you have an outdoor kid, check out these books for sure. I put in one of the Dear America journals, and Dead Sea Squirrels. He loves that. I think he's actually reading that right now. Grandma's Attic Stories. So just different ones that Hank the Cowdogs, Homer Price, so that he can read. And then he has a timer, and these are just fun timers that, you know, like, hey, go read for 20 minutes, and they can time themselves reading. And then obviously he will have the reading selections from BJU as well. Okay, guys, that's all I have for 5th grade curriculum. In addition to our homeschool, he will also be doing 4-H and Patch Club at church, and he plays sports as well. So if you want to see the Patch Club and the 4-H stuff, I'll probably make a video of what I'm doing for those. And I hope you guys got something from this video. If you have any questions you want to see a flip through, or if you want me to elaborate on anything, please comment down below, like, subscribe, and check out the description box. Bye, guys.